Max Verstappen remaining a topic of conversation. We've got to discuss this. Can Max Verstappen make up for the events that unfolded at the Spanish Grand Prix after letting crucial championship points slip away due to the frustrations in Barcelona? Max is now 49 points behind Oscar Piastri in first, 39 points behind Lando Norris in second place. The late collision with George Russell's Mercedes in the waning laps of the Grand Prix, sending the reigning world champion via penalty, I think from P4 after he had been passed by Charles Leclerc, down to P10 to finish the race. And entering Canada, where he has won the last 3 Grand Prix, mind you, I see this Canadian Grand Prix weekend as a phenomenal opportunity for Max Verstappen to once again reassert himself right back into this championship. In no way can you ever really count out Max. In no way can you ever discount the ability and the talent and the mental toughness of a Max Verstappen. Even when he's frustrated, the guy has so much extra capacity left over that he can drive the hell out of that machine. But at a circuit where Max is already incredibly familiar, where he has overcome some incredible weather and strategy to take the top step, as most recent as a year ago in 2024. And that was an insane Grand Prix weekend. If you don't remember 2024, I highly recommend go check out those highlights, maybe the extended highlights. It is jam-packed full of insane moments, but Max Verstappen being the constant, coming out on top there. Like most weekends, you can't rule Max out at any level of a podium finish and of a race win. But I think I would be the least surprised if he dominates this Grand Prix weekend. The Red Bull have done so much and are going to continue to do so much to make sure that this car is in, fighting contention, suiting his needs, suiting his abilities. And with the engines ramped up on a Saturday, don't be shocked. Maybe this is alluding to my P10 pick a little bit later, but do not be shocked in the slightest if Max Verstappen is standing on the top step, is standing there with that, nice Pirelli tire on a Saturday and leading the way on Sunday. Because overall, I still think that McLaren is the fastest car on track. I don't think there's much dispute about that. What they're able to do with their tire management, with what they're able to do with their balance, with what they're able to do with overall degradation and the aerodynamics of the McLaren. It's still the fastest car on track, but the setups being so marginal within that window of opportunity, the setup being having such a large effect on the week in, week out performance. Overall, the McLaren's still the strongest car, but leaving that window open for other drivers like Max Verstappen, maybe like a Charles Leclerc, like a George Russell, even like a Kimi Antonelli, who we saw get a sprint pole in Miami, of all places. Crazy enough. But Max and Red Bull are keenly aware of how much of a strength it is to have clean air out in front. Max is probably going to turn the engine up and get the 115% out of that car. And the gap in this title is about as wide as I think it might remain for this rest of this season, barring a suspension. I don't see any reason why he won't be turning up the heat, keeping himself in the equation this weekend. If I'm a McLaren fan, if I'm Kevin, my co-host watching this week, I'm not walking away. I'm not walking into Canada. I'm not walking into the circuit Gilles Villeneuve and feeling so overly confident that this is your weekend to lose. Because it is, but there's so much to be gained for Red Bull, for Max Verstappen. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think Max is going to do this weekend? I want to know in the comments section as we approach this Grand Prix weekend. What are the expectations for a Max Verstappen? Do we think he's going to finish on the podium? Do we think he takes the top step? Do we think that Max Verstappen finishes maybe with another penalty point and gets a suspension going into the next race weekend? If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Austria. This is going to be another really decisive weekend as far as the podium is concerned, at least the way that I see it. Red Bull seem a little bit behind, but when you've got this level of driver, when you have this level of talent behind you on the track, racing your machine, you are never really out of it. And I'm really, really, really curious to see what he's going to do. And I want to know, again, what do you guys think is going to happen this weekend as it pertains to Max Verstappen?